So, Ever After is back, you guys, for another year. Yes! We ran it last year. It was amazing. It was magical. And so we couldn't not run it again this year. So this here is a segment, a little video where I'm explaining, number one, who I am. My name is Tamara Laporte from Willowing Arts, and I'm hosting this course called Ever After this year. I'm wearing my special sparkly princess top for you. And I'm also going to be explaining a bit more about what this course is all about, in case you missed it last year. So, Ever After is a 4-month mixed media art course with a fairy tale theme, and if you choose to join this package, a style development segment that goes really in depth, and it focuses on helping budding artists to find their voice and find their own style. Last year it was joined by over 1,500 amazing magical souls, and it was a really great success. We had a lot of amazing feedback. So I am the host on Ever After, overseeing the project and the course for the 4 months running and beyond. And I am joined by 15 amazing art teachers and artists in our mixed media art community, as well as my husband Andy Mason, who also will be providing a video for the style development segment where he talks about how to find your true north. Each teacher on Ever After has chosen one of their favorite fairy tales to work with, and they let these fairy tales inspire their lesson, and they will go over the history of the story, and they'll really explore the story and may want to like adjust it or adapt it a little bit, like maybe inject more of themselves into it, or they might like to rewrite the story, bring characters in, much like in the TV show Once. If you've watched it, it's a really great show. So we're using all these fairy tales, these old tales, to inform our lessons for you guys, as well as allowing these stories to help you find your story and what your voices and your messages, particularly when you join the style development segment. So the courses run over 4 months. Each month you get 4 fairy tale lessons plus probably some bonuses by me, because I get excited and I probably throw other stuff in. But the basic offer is 4 fairy tale lessons per month. You also, if you join the style development segment, you will get an in-depth workbook that you will utilize to work through the assignments. And you will also get guided meditations plus additional in-depth videos whereby the guest teachers discuss their view on style development, and they'll give you their hints and tips on how they think you can best develop your own unique, authentic voice as an artist. So registration has just opened today. It's opened on the 17th of May. Look, I'm stuck. 17th of May. And the classroom will open on the 1st of July. We have 3 different packages available that you can buy. The first package is the basic, just fairy tale lessons only, if you don't feel that ready for style development yet. The second package, which is basically the course as it was designed, includes all the style development segment, all the content for style development, and all the fairy tale lessons. And we will utilize the fairy tale lessons as a springboard to look at our own style development, finding our voice, etc. And so I just want to say, for beginners, and if you're thinking I'm not quite ready for style development, you could still join that segment and just do the fairy tale lessons only if you feel that's a bit too much for me. But then at least you have access to it, and you can already start to pick up on some things that will eventually be something you're going to be interested in. So though the package one is absolutely available, I would encourage anyone to join the second package, because it's good value for money. You can download all the content and keep it forever. So a year down the line, you might then finally think, oh, I'm really interested in this, or I'm really up for like really digging into my personal style now, and then you have this available. And the third package that is available is includes style development and fairy tale. So it's basically all content from package 2, but you can also then buy the fairy tale lessons from Ever After 2016 last year. So that's just for people who missed it last year and want to really dive deep into anything and everything fairy tale. It's going to be really immersive if you choose to join that particular package. So I'll tell you a little bit more about the amazing teachers that have joined the Ever After team this year. I've got my notes over here, and what stories they will be exploring and sharing with you, and what the lesson will be built around. Okay, so we've got an amazing group of people. First up, I'll just my lesson is I'm going to focus on Goldilocks and 3 Bears, and I will also throw in some other extra things, lessons like I'm interested in Elsa from Frozen. I also have some bonus sessions from last year in which we're including Tinkerbell, we include the Goose Girl, and we include the Happy Prince, all these stories from last year. Plus I will be doing some extra stories this year. I'll probably do Rapunzel and possibly Beauty and the Beast as well. So my main lesson is Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, but I get very excited and I tend to throw all sorts of extra stuff in. So that's me. Then we have on the team Stephen Lurson, my first male on teaching on Ever After, which I'm very excited about. His story is Peter Pan. He does amazing magical paintings already, so his stuff is very magically inclined anyway. So I can't wait to share his lesson with you guys. Then we have Katrina Coltus, who does stunning, also very fairy tale-esque fantasy type art already. So it's really suitable for this course. And she's going to be working with the story of Mother Nature, so the myth of Gaia. This year we opened up the story options to also include myths and Greek myths or Norse myths, or any kind of myth. and also magical stories, including more modern ones such as Harry Potter or The Lord of the Rings or Pippi Longstocking, which is one of the stories we're doing. So then we have the amazing Danita Art, who's joined this year as well, and she will be focusing on Alice in Wonderland. She makes amazing I'm missing one piece of paper here. She makes amazing Alice in Wonderland art and puppets, art dolls as well. Okay. So also on the team we have Andrea Gomo. She's back. She was there last year and she's back. And she'll be focusing on the story of Pippi Longstocking, which should be just magical. I grew up with Pippi Longstocking and it was just wonderful. Then we have the amazing Sarah Trump, and she can do a bit more spooky art here and there. So I love that for variety. And she has chosen the story Hansel and Gretel. Then T.R. Smith, an amazing artist. She will be focusing on an amazing, awesome version of The Wizard of Oz called The Wiz. Then Mickey Wilde is back. Mickey Wilde was there last year, and I don't know if you follow her, but she's doing amazing animal portraits lately. So she wanted to focus on the Fox and the Hound as a fairy tale story. Then we have Corinne Boss is back. She was on Ever After last year as well, and this year she's going to focus on the story How to Train Your Dragon, which should be quite interesting. Then we have the wonderful Ivy Newport, and she is going to focus on the myth of Hades and Persephone. So we get a Greek myth in there. And then we have Tony Bird, who will be doing the Goose Go. We have Roberta Laliberti, who will be focusing on Little Red Riding Hood. And then we have the amazing Cara Bullock, who will be doing the Red Shoes. Marielle Stolp, who is a Dutch artist. She's going to focus on the character of Luna Lovegood of Harry Potter, for the story of Harry Potter. And then finally we have the amazing Effie Wild, who will be focusing on the story of Baba Yaga. So we've got a really interesting mix of stories this year. So we have an amazing lineup of teachers this year who I am convinced will inspire you and enrich your creative process. They will encourage you and motivate you. I am very sure of it. So they are lovely people, and so I hope you'll join. Now, a little bit about the style development segment of Ever After. I worked my socks and nose and ears off last year to write a huge workbook that covers pretty much every single aspect of style development I can think of. And I've been creating art. Well, I've been creating art since I was little, obviously, but I've been a sort of a professional artist and a creative entrepreneur, if you will, since late 2008, and I've learned so much from just running my business all this time and being an artist and exploring my own style and exploring my own art and learning and getting self-connected and all these sort of things. So I've thrown and I've poured everything, all that I know, into this style development segment. There are many videos in which I cover all the aspects of style development, including, but not limited to, the story of you. So we're really going to look at what voice and what story you want to put into your art, what you're all about, and how you can use yourself to develop your own style. Often people seek outside and think they need to mimic other people, but you know, the actual golden egg, a fairy tale reference, the golden egg is actually you. You are the golden egg. You are the star that you need to follow, not other people, right? So we're looking in depth at that idea. Then in the second month, we're going to be looking at inspiration, how to find it and how to use it. And we'll talk about copying versus being inspired by these kind of elements of the creative process, which is something that people find fairly confusing. So we look at that in depth as well. So in the third month, we look at things like stepping outside of your comfort zone and really broadening your horizons when it comes to techniques and shapes and imagery and all this sort of stuff. And then stepping out of that, becoming looser and freer, and then possibly coming back into your comfort zone and seeing what you can take back in with you. And that's how you slowly but surely build your arsenal. That's a bit of a strong word, but your arsenal of tools and shapes and imagery that really will reflect who you are and will reflect your voice and your true authentic self. And in the final month we will look at how to deal with the inner critics and the outer critics and sort of pressures from society or the art community whereby you feel like you have to conform to certain things. Like we'll look at like sort of your struggles and your challenges when it comes to growing as an artist. And we will also look at how to deepen your story, and we look at things like working through creative block. Now, and all these months are supported by a workbook, teacher videos in which they are discussing their view on style development, and also guided meditations. Plus, obviously, a Facebook community where you have loving, supportive fellow students. It's always really wonderful in the Facebook groups that I run. And yes, I think that's pretty much it. Let me see if I've got anything else on my list. Oh, I just wanted to talk about prices. So if you sign up, we have an early bird 20% discount coupon running up until the 1st of July. So if you sign up for before the 1st of July, if you sign up before the 1st of July and use coupon code MAGIC2017, you will get 20% off. After the 1st of July, it will go up again. Okay, you guys, I think that's all I have to share with you about Ever After. If you have any questions or queries, please do not hesitate to email us, me and my unicorn team, Maddie and Gracie, on willowing.arts@gmail.com. And we will be happily answering your questions. By the way, sorry, I forgot to say, we also have payment plans available. So just email us with any of your queries and questions, anything that you need to clarify, and we will be happily replying to you. Okay, well, I hope you join. I hope you are interested and inspired and intrigued, and that you'll join Ever After 2017. I can't wait to get started with you guys. We have such an amazing group of people, amazing stories, amazing art projects, and then, of course, the style development is there too, which is it's a nice, juicy content that I absolutely love. So, thank you for watching. I hope to see you on Ever After. I hope you'll join. And, well, abacadabra!